Good morning, everyone. We are about to start the session. May I request everyone to please rise.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 34th regular session. This 34th regular session is now called to order. May I request Honorable Lamuag to lead the prayer to be followed by the singing of the national anthem and the recitation of the Councilor's Creed.
Okay. May we request the presence of the Holy Spirit? In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord God, we praise you for this event and your purpose for it. We know that when we gather together, you always have a divine agenda. We will love you for that, Father. That even when we have done what you have asked, the results are so much greater than we ever could have imagined. Even in failure, you blow us away with your faithfulness to provide what we need. Our prayer today is that your will be done through this event. Take what we have prepared and multiply our efforts as only you can. Steer our intentions to align with your righteous will. Remind us of your faithful provisions when our efforts fail us or fall short. May all glory up to you when we reach the finish line and climb over benchmarks. Blanket us with your peace today, Father. Keep us physically safe and guard our hearts and minds from pride and selflessness. Keep up the love forefront of our minds today and the guiding light for all we set out to accomplish and celebrate. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, amen.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
I am a Philippine councilor, mandated by law to enact measures and ordinances that redound to the welfare of my constituents in their pursuit for happiness, peace, and prosperity. I believe in public service above self as a guiding principle of my official acts, and as I tread the pathways of local legislation, may the Almighty guide my mind and heart that I shall be true to my constituents and to the Constitution.
Once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 34th regular session dated August 24, 2020. At this point in time, may I request our Secretary, Madam Lorraine Valerio, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, a pleasant morning to each and everyone. For the roll call of attendance for this 34th regular session dated August 24, 2020, Honorable John Ray G. Gavina, City Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer,
Present.
present. Honorable Jano Paulo P. Hinteles, present. Honorable Gregorio Yudo Hali III, MP, MDMG,
Present.
present. Honorable Attorney Divona Itzomamil, present. Honorable Emeterio E. Blasi, present. Honorable Flopon Royal A. Catalan, present. Honorable Attorney Wendell A. Minad is not yet around. Honorable Emmanuel G. Pamisaran, also not yet around. Honorable Dizon P. Namuag, MBA, present. Honorable Renante F. Bangoy, present. Honorable Wahid B. Ranain, present. Honorable Conrad Theodore A. Matutino, present. Honorable Dato Rodrigo A. Ambasan, he is on special leave. And Honorable Danica Laika M. Carisma, present. So there are 11 in attendance, Mr. President, for today's regular session.
34th regular session is now in order and called. Upon time, I request our floor leader, Honorable Duhali, to facilitate our proceedings. Go ahead. Good morning.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Nice morning to each and everyone, especially to our viewers. Honorable Presiding Officer, this humble presentation would like to pass a resolution dispensing the reading of the journal and minutes of the 33rd regular session of the 8th City Council dated August 17, 2020. So, Mr. President.
The Honorable Duhali, to be seconded by Honorable Blase. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none. The motion dispensing the reading of the journal and minutes of the 23rd regular session of the 8th City Council dated August 17, 2020 is hereby carried and approved.
At this juncture, Honorable Presiding Officer, kindly to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Emmanuel Ponizaro.
Thank you, Chair, to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Pizarro.
All right, let me pass a resolution for the approval of the journal and minutes of the 33rd regular session of the 8th City Council dated, once again, August 17, 2020. So move, Mr. President.
Again, to sub Honorable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Ranain, Honorable Matino, Honorable Enteles, Honorable Blase. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, the motion approving the journal and minutes of the 33rd regular session of the 8th City Council dated August 17, 2020 is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, for the privilege hour, nobody manifested, but for the question hour, the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas, Honorable Presiding Officer, Honorable Dizon Awang.
Okay, good. Honorable Lamuwag.
Okay, Mr. Presiding Officer, Honorable City Vice Mayor Johnny G. Gavina, distinguished colleagues of this City Council, pursuant to Section 30, Paragraph C of our Internal Rules and Procedures, or IRP, as enshrined in SP Resolution Number 316, Series of 2019, this humble representation would like to respectfully request the presence of our DPWH Davao del Norte District Engineer, Engineer D. Menda R. Rosalinda, and our City Engineer, Engineer Bernardo Rabanos Jr. to personally answer during our regular session next Monday in aid of legislations in the following concern: ongoing road concreting and drainage project at New Visayas, and road maintenance from Panabo to Santo Tomas.
Okay, I will take of the chair. That's all.
All right,
yes.
Okay, Secretary, please take note. Okay, good. Honorable Duhali.
If I were to suggest to the distinguished gentleman, Honorable Namuwag, if he might as well want to invite the presence of our city planning so that you can correlate with.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. I comment to that suggestion, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Lamuwag. Secretary, can you please take note?
All right, thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. For the reading and referral of the proposed measures, once again, can you do acknowledge the Secretary to the Sangguniang?
Okay, Madam Lorlin is now recognized by the chair. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. For the reading and referral of proposed measures, we have none under proposed ordinance and proposed resolution. And for the petitions, requests, and other communications, we have 7 calendared items. C.1, letter from Jose E. Relampago, City Mayor, dated August 18, 2020, requesting authority to enter into and sign the deed of donation with Amfield Equipment and Logistics, LLC, concerning the donation of 2 units of Ford ambulance A50 diesel type 2, which will be exclusively used by the City Health Office and the City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office.
Item C.1 to be referred to the Joint Committees on Laws, Justice, Human Rights, Fact-Finding and Investigation, and Finance and Corporations.
C.2, Appropriation Ordinance Number 1, Series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay San Pedro, amounting to 7,500,000 pesos.
Item C.2 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.3, Appropriation Ordinance Number 02, Series of 2020, embodying the calendar year 2020 supplemental budget number 1 of Barangay Upper Likanan, amounting to 397,485 pesos and 20 centavos.
Item C.3 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.4, Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution Number 08 Series of 2019 of Barangay A.O. Florendo, approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay A.O. Florendo, Panabo City, amounting to 950,645 pesos and 3 centavos.
Item C.4 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.5, letter from Jose E. Relampago, City Mayor, dated August 17, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 470,000 pesos under the City Accounting Office.
Item C.5 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
C.6, letter again from Jose E. Relampago, City Mayor, dated August 17, 2020, endorsing the request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 100,000 pesos under the City Health Office.
Item C.6 to be referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations.
And C.7, letter from Jose E. Relampago, City Mayor, dated August 19, 2020, requesting authority to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Panabo through the City Social Welfare and Development Office and the Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office Region 11 relative to the implementation of supplementary feeding program of its 10th cycle in the city.
Item C.7 to be referred to the Joint Committees on Social Services and Laws, Justice, Human Rights, Fact-Finding, and Investigation.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this time, for item number 10, we are now on the committee reports. But before that, let me pass a resolution dispensing the reading of this 19 committee reports. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Blase, Honorable Matutino. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, the motion dispensing the reading of the 19 committee reports is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for his omnibus committee reports for the adoption, kindly do acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas, Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Ranain.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you also, Mr. Floor Leader, and good morning to the members of the 8th City Council. Mr. President, I would like to pass an omnibus resolution adopting Committee Report Number 80, Series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution Number 4, Series of 2019 of Barangay GP Laurel, approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay GP Laurel, Panabo City, amounting to 958,386 pesos and 80 centavos. Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution Report Number 81, Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution Number 5, Series of 2019 of Barangay Mabunaw, approving the annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Mabunaw, Panabo City, amounting to 418,791 pesos and 10 centavos. And Report Number 82, Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution Number 6, Series of 2019 of Barangay Dapco, approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Dapco, Panabo City, Davao del Norte, amounting to 558,832 pesos. And Report Number 83, Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution Number 3, Series of 2019 of Barangay San Roque, approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay San Roque, Panabo City, amounting to 198,447 pesos and 36 centavos. Report number 84, Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution number 3, Series of 2019 of Barangay Dalisay approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Dalisay, Panabo City amounting to 344,004 pesos and 60 centavos. And report number 85, Sangguniang Kabataan Resolution number 5, Series of 2019 of Barangay Maduaw approving the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Maduaw, Panabo City amounting to 428,739 pesos and 90 centavos. I so move, Mr. President.
Trustee by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting committee report number 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, and 85, all series 2020 on Committee on Finance and Appropriations is hereby duly carried and approved.
Once again, Honorable Presiding Officer, can we do acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas, Honorable Wide Renine.
Okay, Honorable Ernai is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution adopting committee report number 86, series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, regarding proposed resolution number 167, series of 2020, granting authority to charge through reimbursement the plane ticket and registration fee of Honorable Harold D. Ramos, Barangay Councilor of Barangay Casilag, in the amount of 14,690 pesos and 40 centavos to the traveling expenses of Honorable John Ray G. Gavina, City Vice Mayor, during his attendance to the National Convention and Congress of Civil Registry Personnel and Implementing Partners in Civil Registration last March 9 to 13, 2020 at the Baguio Convention Center, Baguio City. I so move, Mr. President.
Trustee by Honorable Amisaran, duly seconded by Honorable Matutino.
Honorable Presiding Officer, Honorable Nanay.
Honorable Aranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting committee report number 86, series 2020 on Committee on Finance and Appropriations is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this time for his omnibus committee report, kindly do again acknowledge the man of the hour, Honorable Wide Renine.
Okay, Honorable Arnain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. Again, I move to pass an omnibus resolution adopting committee report number 87, series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, regarding request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 80,000 pesos under the City Budget Office. And report number 88, still on the Committee on Finance, request for augmentation of appropriation in the amount of 60,000 pesos under the City Mayor's Office, support to Commission on Audit. I so move, Mr. President.
Pursued by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuwag, Honorable Hinteles, and Honorable Pamisaran.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody again seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We are now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting committee report number 87 and 88, all series 2020 on Committee on Finance and Appropriations is hereby duly carried and approved.
For CDC Executive Resolution number 2, for his committee report number 90, series of 2020, once again do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Renine.
Okay, Honorable Renine is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution adopting committee report number 89, series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, regarding CDC Resolution number 14, Series of 2020, recommending for approval to the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City the Annual Investment Program, EIP, calendar year 2021. I so move, Mr. President.
Was moved by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody again seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 89, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations regarding CDC Resolution number 14, Series of 2020, recommending for approval of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City, the annual investment program, calendar year 2021, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, once again, for the end time, Honorable Wahid Anain.
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 90, Series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation regarding CDC Exicom Resolution number 2, Series of 2020, recommending for approval of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City, the Supplemental Annual Investment Program, AIP number 3, calendar year 2020, comprising the various programs, projects, and activities to be prioritized in the ensuing supplemental budget. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisara, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems, again, interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 90, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations, regarding CDC Exicom Resolution number 2, Series of 2020, recommending for approval of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City, the Supplemental Annual Investment Program number 3, calendar year 2020, comprising the various programs, projects, and activities to be prioritized in the ensuing supplemental budget, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for his omnibus resolution for the adoption of these two committee reports, once again, for the end time, Honorable Wahid Anain.
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass an omnibus resolution adopting Committee Report number 91, Series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, regarding Appropriation Ordinance number 4, Series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Kaganguhan, amounting to 13,133,893 pesos, and Report number 92, Appropriation Ordinance number 8, Series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Santa Cruz, amounting to 2,570,960 pesos. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisara, Honorable Carisma, and Honorable Matutino.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
No one wants to debate, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 91, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations, regarding Appropriation Ordinance number 4, Series of 2019, embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Kagungan, amounting to 13,133,893 pesos, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, for Committee Report number 93, once again, for the end time, Honorable Wahid Anain.
Okay, again, Honorable Nanain is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 93, Series of 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, regarding request of the City Mayor for a resolution authorizing the City Government of Panabo to withdraw and or terminate the city's special savings account at Development Bank of the Philippines, Tagum City Branch, with account number 0916-040350, and transfer the proceeds to Land Bank of the Philippines, Panabo City Branch, with account number 1742-1006-90, General Fund, as current account. I so move, Mr. President.
It was to by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Blase, Honorable Humamil, and Honorable Duhali.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments is now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report Number 93, Series 2020, Committee on Finance and Appropriations is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, Committee Report Number 55, Series of 2020, multiple committees, Social Services, Education, Culture and Scouting, and Finance and Appropriation. Kindly do acknowledge the lead committee chairman, the young, stylish, smart, good-looking Honorable Plopon Royal Catalan.
Okay, Honorable Catalan is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. Same as you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. Good morning sa tuwang tanan. Mr. President, I would like to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report Number 55, Series 2020, multiple committees on social services, education, culture and scouting, and finance and appropriation regarding proposed ordinance number 6, Series 2019, institutionalizing the Sulong Dunong Educational Assistance Program for the youth and children in the city of Panabo and appropriating funds thereof. I so move, Mr. President.
It was to by Honorable Catalan, duly seconded by Honorable Misaran, Honorable Ranain, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Namuwag.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
And before that, Honorable Presiding Officer, kindly do acknowledge the presence of having a nice bow tie, Honorable Wendell Enan.
Okay, the Chair acknowledge the presence of Honorable Enan.
What a nice bow tie. All right. Period of debate and interpellation is now closed and open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report Number 55, Series 2020, multiple committees on social services, education, culture, and scouting, and finance and appropriations is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Secretary Panilo look-alike. All right. Anong pumilo? Panilo? Anyways, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, for his Committee Report Number 56, Series of 2020, a joint committees on education, culture, and finance and appropriation. At this juncture, kindly do acknowledge the hard-working Councilor, Honorable Emmanuel Pamizaran.
Okay, Honorable Pamisaran is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President, and to our Majority Floor Leader. Good morning to all the members of this honorable chamber. Mr. President, this humble representation would like to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report Number 56, Series of 2020, Joint Committees on Education, Culture and Scouting, and Finance and Appropriation. This is regarding the B2 message dated July 23, 2020 of Jose Irilampagos, City Mayor, on City Ordinance Number 12-2020, an ordinance institutionalizing the alternative learning system in the city of Panabo and providing guidelines, therefore allocating funds thereof and for other purposes. I so move, Mr. President.
To by Honorable Pamisaran, duly seconded by Honorable Renain, and Honorable Namuwag, and Honorable Matutino.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 56, Series 2020, Joint Committees on Education, Culture and Scouting, and Finance and Appropriations is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the Committee Report number 57, Series of 2020, a Joint Committees on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and Laws, Justice and Human Rights, on behalf of his co-chairperson, the beautiful Attorney Buna Humamil, kindly do acknowledge the gray peppered hair, Honorable Wahid Renain.
Okay, Honorable Renain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. In behalf of the beautiful Honorable Attorney Dibuna Humamil, this representation would like to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 57, Series of 2020 of the Joint Committees on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and Laws, Justice, and Human Rights, Fact-Finding and Investigation regarding Local Housing Board Resolution number 1, Series of 2020, requesting the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City for a resolution interposing no objection to cut miscellaneous species of trees, fruit trees, and coconut trees at the area or property acquired by the city government in Barangay Quezon and develop the area for housing project. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Renain, duly seconded by Honorable Duhali, Honorable Catalan, and Honorable Lamuag.
Period of debate and deliberation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems again interested, therefore debate and deliberation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none. The motion adopting Committee Report number 57, Series 2020, Joint Committees on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and Laws, Justice, and Human Rights, Fact-Finding and Investigation regarding Local Housing Board Resolution number 1, Series 2020, requesting the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City for a resolution interposing no objection to cut miscellaneous species of trees, fruit trees, and coconut trees at the area/property acquired by the city government in Barangay Quezon and develop the area for housing project is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, in relation to the previous committee report, once again, kindly do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Renain.
Honorable Renain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, in behalf of the Honorable Attorney Dibona Humamil, would like to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 58, Series of 2020, Joint Committees on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development, Laws, Justice, Human Rights, and Fact-Finding and Investigation regarding Local Housing Board Resolution number 5, Series of 2020, requesting the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City for a resolution authorizing the City Mayor, Honorable Jose E. Rilampagos, to sign the revised conditional contract to sell for Panabo City Urban Poor Housing Program. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Renain, duly seconded by Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Lamuag, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and deliberation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems again interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report number 58, Series 2020, Joint Committees on Housing, Zoning, and Urban Development and Laws, Justice, and Human Rights, Fact-Finding and Investigation regarding Local Housing Board Resolution number 5, Series 2020, requesting the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City for a resolution authorizing the City Mayor, Honorable Jose E. Relampagos, to sign the revised conditional contract to sell for Panabo City Urban Poor Housing Program is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, for his Committee Report number 19, Series of 2020, the Committee on Barangay Affairs, can you do acknowledge the Honorable Conrad Theodore Matutino?
Okay, Honorable Matutino is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and of course to our Majority Floor Leader. And a pleasant morning to each and everyone. This humble representation, Mr. Chair, would like to pass a resolution adopting Committee Report number 17, Series of 2020, Committee on Barangay Affairs, with regards to the Barangay Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Committee, a financial plan, BDRRMC, for calendar year 2020 of Barangay New Pandan. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Matutino, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendments now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Any objections from the floor? Hearing none, the motion adopting Committee Report Number 17, Series 2020, Committee on Barangay Affairs, regarding Barangay Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Committee, Financial Plan, Calendar Year 2020 of Barangay New Pandan for confirmation is hereby duly carried and approved.
Right, Honorable Presiding Officer, we are through with the committee reports, and we are now on the adoption of the agenda. And we have, for this calendar business for today, we have 20 items. Now, therefore, I so move for this adoption of 20 items. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Renain, Honorable Blase, Honorable Bangoy. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, the motion adopting the agenda of the 34th regular session of the 8th City Council is hereby duly carried and approved.
At this juncture, Honorable Presiding Officer, again, the man of the hour, kindly to acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas for his omnibus resolutions.
Okay, Honorable Renain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass an omnibus resolution declaring the 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay JP Laurel, Panabo City, amounting to 958,386 pesos and 80 centavos. Sangguniang Kabataan 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Mabunaw, Panabo City, amounting to 418,791 pesos and 10 centavos. The 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Dapco, Panabo City, Davao del Norte, amounting to 558,832 pesos. Sangguniang Kabataan 2020 annual budget of Barangay San Roque, Sangguniang Kabataan, Panabo City, amounting to 198,447 pesos and 36 centavos. 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Dalisay, Panabo City, amounting to 344,004 pesos and 60 centavos. And 2020 annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Maduaw, Panabo City, amounting to 428,739 pesos and 90 centavos, operative in its entirety. I so move, Mr. President.
To move by Honorable Renain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Lamuag, Honorable Henteles, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendments now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 215, 216, 217, 218, 219, and 220, all series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Voting in favor to the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Inteles, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Bangoy, and of course, the proponent, Honorable Ranain. All voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 15, 216, 217, 218, 219, and 220, all series 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for his second omnibus resolution, kindly do once again acknowledge Honorable Wahid Renain.
Okay, Honorable Renain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass an omnibus resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 4 series of 2019 embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Kaganguhan amounting to 13,133,893 pesos, and the appropriation ordinance number 4 series of 2019 embodying the calendar year 2020 annual budget of Barangay Santa Cruz amounting to 2,570,960 pesos, operative in its entirety. I so move, Mr. President.
To sub Honorable Renain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Hinteles, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 221 and 222, all series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Supporting the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Pamisaran, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 221 and 222, all series 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the proposed resolution number 23 series of 2020, once again, kindly do acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas, Honorable Wahid Renain.
Okay, Honorable Renain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you again, Mr. President, Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass a resolution returning CDC Resolution number 14, series of 2020, recommending for approval of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City, the annual investment program, calendar year 2021, to the City Development Council for modification. I so move, Mr. President.
To sub Honorable Renain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Matutino, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems again interested, therefore, debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 223, series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Supporting the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Enad, in favor, and of course, the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted affirmatively, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 223, series 2020, returning CDC resolution number 14, series of 2020, recommending for approval of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Panabo City, the annual investment program, calendar year 2021, to the City Development Council for modification is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the approval of the Supplemental Annual Investment Program number 3, a series of 2020, once again, kindly do acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay New Visayas, Honorable Wahid Renain.
Okay, again, Honorable Renain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass a resolution approving the Supplemental Annual Investment Program number 3, calendar year 2020, comprising the various programs, projects, and activities to be prioritized in the ensuing supplemental budget as per CDC Exicom Resolution Number 2, Series of 2020. I so move, Mr. President.
Was moved by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody again seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed up in the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 224, Series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Favoring the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hintiles, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Attorney Humamil, and the proponent, of course, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 224, Series 2020, approving the Supplemental Annual Investment Program number 3, calendar year 2020, comprising the various programs, projects, and activities to be prioritized in the ensuing supplemental budget as per CDC Execum Resolution number 2, Series of 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
Right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the authorization asked by the Honorable Mayor and the City Treasurer for his proposed resolution, can you do once again acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain?
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution authorizing Honorable Jose E. Relampagos, City Mayor, and Kirk B. Samiliano, City Treasurer, to withdraw and or terminate the city's special savings account at Development Bank of the Philippines, Tagum City Branch, with account number 0916-041350-160, and transfer the proceeds to Land Bank of the Philippines, Panabo City Branch, with account number 1742-1006-90, General Fund as current account. I so move, Mr. President.
Was moved by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Duhali, Honorable Blase, and Honorable Pamisaran.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Right, nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed up in the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 225, Series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Voting in support to the motion, we have Honorable Duhali, Honorable Hintiles, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Blase, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy. Your hands, please. Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Attorney Enad, and of course the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 225, Series 2020, authorizing Honorable Jose E. Relampagos, City Mayor, and Kirk B. Samiliano, City Treasurer, to withdraw and or terminate the City Special Savings Account at Development Bank of the Philippines / Tagum City Branch with account number 0916-041350-160, and transfer the proceeds to Land Bank of the Philippines, Panabo City Branch with account number 1742-1006-6-90, General Fund as current account, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the proposed resolution number 167, Series of 2020, kindly do once again acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I move to pass a resolution granting authority to charge through reimbursement the plane ticket and registration fee of Honorable Harold D. Ramos, Barangay Councilor of Barangay Casilak, in the amount of 14,690 pesos and 40 centavos to the traveling expenses of Honorable John Ray G. Gavina, City Vice Mayor, during his attendance to the National Convention and Congress of Civil Registry Personnel and partners in civil registration last March 9 to 13, 2020 at the Baguio Convention Center, Baguio City. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Catalan.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Once again, nobody seems interested. Therefore, debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments is now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 167, series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Supporting the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 167, series 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
On behalf of the dazzling Honorable Divona Humamil, at this juncture, once again, Honorable Presiding Officer, kindly do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, again, Honorable Ranain is recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Mr. Floor Leader. In behalf of the Honorable Attorney Divona H. Humamil, this representation would like to pass a resolution interposing no objection to cut miscellaneous species of trees, fruit trees, and coconut trees at the area or property acquired by the city government in Barangay Quezon. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested. Therefore, debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendment.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 226, series 2020, can you please raise your hand, Madam Secretary? Can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Supporting the motion, we have Honorable Duhali, Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hintiles, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Pamisaran, and the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 226, series 2020, interposing no objection to cut miscellaneous species of trees, fruit trees, and coconut trees at the area/property acquired by the city government in Barangay Quezon is hereby duly carried and approved.
In connection to the prior resolution, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture, again, on behalf of his co-chairperson, kindly do acknowledge once again Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much. In behalf of Attorney Divona Humamil, I would like to pass a resolution authorizing the City Mayor, Honorable Jose E. Rilampagos, to sign the revised conditional contract to sell for Panabo City Urban Poor Housing Program. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Hinteles and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested. Therefore, debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendments.
Period of amendments now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 227, series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Favoring the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Hintiles, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, and of course, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted affirmatively, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 227, Series 2020, authorizing the City Mayor, Honorable Jose E. Relampagos, to sign the revised conditional contract of sale for Panabo City Urban Poor Housing Program is hereby duly carried and approved.
At this juncture, Honorable Presiding Officer, for his proposed resolution number 228, series of 2020, kindly do acknowledge the distinguished gentleman from Barangay San Francisco, Honorable Conrad Theodore Matutino.
Okay, Honorable Matutino is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. A resolution number 228, series of 2020 be passed, confirming the Barangay Disaster Risk Reduction Management and Financial Plan, calendar year 2020 of Barangay New Pandan, Panabo City. I so move, Mr. President.
It was moved by Honorable Matutino, duly seconded by Honorable Inteles, Honorable Blase, and Honorable Pamisaran.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We are now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed resolution number 228, Series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Supporting the motion, of course, the proponent, Honorable Matutino. We have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hintiles, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Ranain, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Attorney Enad, in favor. So all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed resolution number 228, Series 2020, confirming the Barangay Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Financial Plan, calendar year 2020 of Barangay New Pandan, Panabo City, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for his last omnibus resolution, kindly do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Ranain is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. I move to pass an omnibus augmentation ordinance authorizing the City Mayor Jose E. Relampagos to augment funds in the amount of 80,000 pesos under the City Budget Office and augmentation ordinance authorizing the City Mayor to augment funds in the amount of 60,000 pesos under the City Mayor's Office, support to Commission on Audit. I so move, Mr. President.
To sub by Honorable Ranain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisaran.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody, again, seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. And open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said augmentation ordinance number 30 and 31, Series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Favoring the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hintiles, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Enad, in favor, Honorable Attorney Humamil, in favor, and of course the proponent, Honorable Ranain. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed augmentation ordinance number 30 and 31, all Series 2020, is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, it's pertained, the recalled enacted augmentation ordinance number 25. Once again, kindly do acknowledge Honorable Wahid Ranain.
Okay, Honorable Anain is recognized by the chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. Prior to my motion, Mr. President, this number 18 item, enacted augmentation ordinance number 25 series of 2020 was being recalled by this representation, considering that there are words that should not be included in the enacted augmentation ordinance, such as the word support to. There is no, it should be omitted, and on the the last part, the word office should be added. Therefore, Mr. President, I would like to pass an augmentation ordinance authorizing the City Mayor Jose A. Relampagos to augment funds in the amount of 200,000 pesos under the City Mayor's Office dash Alternative Learning System as amended. I so move, Mr. President.
Thus to be Honorable Anain, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisara, Honorable Mamil.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Nobody seems interested, therefore debate and interpellation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Okay, period of amendment, period of debate and interpellation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendment is now closed. Those who are in favor of the said augmentation ordinance number 25, series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you, Mr. President. Voting in support to the motion, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Hinteles, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Attorney Humamil, in favor. The proponent, Honorable Ranain. We are awaiting Honorable Attorney Enad. Honorable Attorney Enad in favor. So all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Honorable. Thank you, Madam Secretary.
All right.
The motion recalled enacted augmentation ordinance number 25, series 2020 is hereby duly carried and approved.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, at this juncture for the second reading of the vetoed, it was vetoed, yeah? No, it's not yet. All right, so proposed ordinance number 6, series of 2019. Can you do acknowledge this is a multiple committee membership. Therefore, can you do acknowledge the lead committee chairman, the smart, good-looking, young Honorable Plopon Royal Catalan.
Okay, Honorable Catalan is recognized by the chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. Same as you again, Mr.
Thank
Majority
you.
Floor Leader. Good morning once again. Mr. Chair, for in behalf of the multiple committees, who also exerted their time, effort, and shared their wisdom, the Committee on Social Services, headed by yours truly, Committee on Education, Culture, and Scouting, headed by Honorable Emmanuel Pamisaran, Committee on Finance and Appropriations, headed by Honorable Wahid Ranain, with members present during the committee, Honorable Enad, Honorable Hintiles, Honorable Ambasan, Honorable Humamil, Honorable Bangoy. This representation, Mr. President, would like to pass for second reading the proposed ordinance number 6, series 2019, institutionalizing the Sulong Dunong Educational Assistance Program for the youth and children in the city of Panabo and appropriating funds thereof. I so move, Mr. President.
To by Honorable Catalan, duly seconded by Honorable Pamisara, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Henteles, Honorable Anain, and Honorable Blase. Honorable Enad.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Period of debate and interpellation is now open.
Mr. President,
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Duali.
this is to shed light of this vetoed ordinance, proposed ordinance. May I ask the honorable proponent of what were the reasons why it is vetoed by the honorable the local chief executive, and can they do explain why?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Dohali. Go ahead, Honorable Catalan.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to the honorable interpellator. Mr. President, just a brief backgrounder of this legislation. This proposed ordinance was introduced in way back in the 7th City Council, and it was vetoed by the previous local chief executive upon the recommendation of the city legal office, particularly citing Section 5, only Section 5 of the proposed ordinance, wherein it is only a minor defect, shall I say, because they only cited that there was a term used in the definition of term, particularly particularly the term educational assistance, but was not used in the body of the ordinance. And second is that the use of the phrase limited only to the minimum of 3 per barangay, as indicated, would yes, it is the city legal office cited that it lacks the particulars and use of contradicting terms under Section 5 of the proposed city ordinance number 19-18. So basically, it's only a minor revision that were introduced to cure this ordinance, Mr. President.
Okay, it's consistent. Okay, thank you, Honorable Catalan. Go
Honorable
ahead, Honorable Dohali.
Presiding Officer, I had a lot of questions regarding that vetoed ordinance, but the honorable, the great honorable, the legendary honorable Inad would like to throw some questions and clarificatory statement.
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Enad.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, to our majority floor leader. I would like to ask the proponent, Mr. President, is the reason behind the denial of the ordinance substantial or formal defect?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Enad. Go ahead, Honorable Catalan.
Yes, Mr. Chair, it is a mere formal defect, Mr. Chair.
Formal.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Honorable Enad.
Mr. Chair, does the proposed ordinance violate any law, ordinance, or any existing rules and regulation, Mr. President?
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Honorable Catalan.
Precisely, Mr. Chair, it did not violate any existing laws.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any more, Honorable Enad?
Is the proposed ordinance prejudicial to the interests of the general public?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Enad. Go ahead, Honorable Catalan.
Definitely not, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.
So you are
Go
now...
ahead, Honorable Enad.
Yes, so is the proponent saying right now that it is only a minor defect, it does not violate any law, it is not prejudicial to the interest of the general public? So the reason why I'm asking here, Mr. President, because for how many times, for several times, some ordinances have been vetoed not on that two valid grounds, Mr. President. So that's what I would like to manifest, Mr. President. We are governed by the rules and regulations. We are governed by the law, particularly the local government code, which states that no ordinance can be vetoed except for only two reasons. If it's ultra vires, beyond the scope of the powers of the Sanggunian, or prejudicial to the interests of the general public. So I am manifesting, Mr. President, to override that veto made by the executive department. And I thank you.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Anad? No?
All right. Honorable Presiding Officer, I think the Honorable Interpolator had been satisfied by the answered by the Honorable Proponent. Therefore, debate and deliberation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and interpolation is now closed. We're now on the period of amendment.
Period of amendment is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said proposed ordinance number 6, series 2019, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Voting for the second reading of the proposed city ordinance number 06, series of 2019. We have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Inteles, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Pamisaran, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Ranain, and of course the proponent, Honorable Catalan. All voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The proposed ordinance number 6, series 2019, institutionalizing the Sulong Dunong Educational Assistance Program for the youth and children in the city of Panabu and appropriating funds thereof is hereby duly carried and approved for second reading.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the second reading also of the vetoed ordinance, City Ordinance number 12, series of 2020, kindly do acknowledge the lead committee chairman, Honorable Emmanuel Pamizaran.
Okay, Honorable Misaran is now recognized by the chair.
Again, thank you, Mr. President, and to our majority floor leader. Mr. President, for and on behalf of the Joint Committee on Education, Culture, and Scouting, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, led by the Honorable Wahid Ranain, this humble representation would like to pass a motion for second reading, the enacted City Ordinance number 12-2020, an ordinance institutionalizing the Alternative Learning System, or ALS, in the city of Panabo, providing guidelines, therefore allocating funds thereof, and for other purposes. I so move, Mr. President.
To sue by Honorable Misaran, duly seconded by Honorable Anain, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Enad, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Inteles, Honorable Namuag, and Honorable Blase.
Period of debate and deliberation is now open.
Period of debate and interpolation is now open.
The legendary Honorable Inad wants to avail Honorable Senator.
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Enad.
Again, thank you, Mr. President. Will the proponent explain and inform this august body why the proposed ordinance was vetoed by the local chief executive?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Enad. Go ahead, Honorable Misaran.
Thank you, Mr. President, and to our interpolator. Mr. President, one of the highlight of the said proposed ordinance, and the reason also why this proposed ordinance was vetoed by the local chief executive through the recommendation, I believe, of the city legal office, was the increase of ALS instructional managers honorarium amounting to 12,000 pesos. It was approved by this honorable chamber, but unfortunately it was vetoed. Accordingly, the reasons behind violates the provision of the local government code 1991 under section 25. This was the general limitation to it. No, I believe everybody is aware of this section 325. No, that's the reason behind. That's the reason cited by the local chief executive for the reason they vetoed this proposed ordinance. But my position during that time, the records will show, I manifested that there was no proper computation presented to us. But then, just to continue this proposed ordinance, so we therefore change from 12,000 to 10,000 just to give way or just to please the request of the local chief executive, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Misaron. Good, Honorable Enad.
Will the proponent, Mr. President, tell this august body what are the two valid grounds to veto an ordinance?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Enad. Good, Honorable
Mr.
Misaron.
President, it was mentioned a while ago, and everybody is aware for that reason, Mr. President. It is not necessary to repeat again, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, good, Honorable Enad.
Now, Mr. President, is the proponent saying right now that the proposed ordinance violates the existing law, particularly Article 325, wherein it states that in case of first-class cities, municipalities, the PS limitation should not exceed 55%. Is that correct, Mr. Proponent?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Enad. Okay, good, Honorable Misaron.
According to the presentation from the City Budget Office, instead of 55% PS limitation, it was informed that only 45% PS limitation, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good, Honorable Enad.
So you are amenable to the fact that your ordinance violates the existing law.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Enad. Okay, good, Honorable Misaron.
Actually, I'm not amenable considering that not only the ALS contribute to the reason that the PS limitation will exist. There's a lot of contributory factors. It was mentioned like in the case of the proposed ordinance for the increasing of the honorarium for BNS in other reason behind. But again, I will not argue to the position of the executive department because my intention and my desire is to uplift the living standard of the alternative learning system teachers and just to place their demand in request. So I will not argue anymore. For us, this matter will be approved, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Misaron. Good, Honorable Enad.
Because, Mr. President, in preparing, in enacting this noble ordinance, we could have inserted the proper word, subject to the availability of funds, Mr. President, so that the ordinance can, so that the executive department can assess the ordinance. So that's next time, Mr. President, I am reminding the good gentleman from Barangay Gredu to be more prudent, and I am acknowledging his kindness and noble intention.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Enad. Okay, good, Honorable Misaron.
Thank you for that, Mr. President. No, but again, on behalf of the committee, we are doing our part, and we discuss and this thoroughly, no, and everybody exerted effort for this purpose, Mr. President. But again, since that is the position of the executive department, and again, just to place the request and demand, I go for the amendment. That's why, therefore, we recommend to amend instead of 12,000 to make it 10,000. But I believe 10,000 is more enough for the instructional managers, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Misaron.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, as if there is nobody wants to avail the debate and deliberation, therefore, debate and deliberation is now closed. Open the period of amendments.
Period of debate and deliberation is now closed. We're now in the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed.
Period of amendments now closed. Those who are in favor of the said City Ordinance number 12, Series 2020, can you please raise your hand? Madam Secretary, can you please count?
Thank you again, Mr. President. Voting for the second reading of the enacted City Ordinance number 12, Series of 2020, we have Honorable Blase, Honorable Namuag, Honorable Intiles, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Duhali, Honorable Carisma, Honorable Catalan, Honorable Bangoy, Honorable Attorney Enad, Honorable Attorney Humamil, Honorable Ranain, and of course the proponent, Honorable Pamisaran. Again, all voted favorably, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. The enacted City Ordinance Number 12, Series 2020, an ordinance institutionalizing the alternative learning system in the City of Panabo, providing guidelines thereof, allocating funds thereof, for other purposes, is hereby duly carried and approved for second reading.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, done with the proposed resolution. For the unsigned business, we have none. For the third and final reading, we have none. Also, for the announcement portion, anybody wants to avail? The Honorable Jano Paulo Hintiles, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, Honorable Hinteles is now recognized by the Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to our Majority Floor Leader. Good morning to my colleagues. I would like to invite the members of the Committee on Ways and Means and Government Enterprises for two committee hearings this afternoon. SP referral number 234 will be at 1 p.m. This is amending Section 301 of Revised Revenue Code passed by the City Legal Office. And on 2:30, SP referral number 236, this is an offshoot of Honorable Pamisaran's privileged speech last week regarding the anomalies of the weighing scales sa ato ang Panabo Premium Market. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Hinteles.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the Secretary to the Sangguniang, do you have any?
Okay, good, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. President and Mr. Floor Leader. For the information of everyone, our City Ordinance Number 11, Series of 2020, which amends the OSCAS of 2018, particularly under the Sangguniang Panglungsod, is already confirmed by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Next, August 31, that is Monday, is a National Heroes Day. So it is a holiday. So session will resume the following day. And then for the private secretaries, again, be reminded of the early submission of the USB to the IT in charge for the electronic copy of the agenda. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary.
All right, Honorable Presiding Officer, once again, can you to acknowledge the Honorable Hintiles?
Okay, good, Honorable Hinteles.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Floor Leader. I forgot, for tomorrow pala, please be invited for a public hearing regarding the proposed ordinance or amendment of the ordinance birth and death registration fees proposed by Honorable Namuwag. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the ARF gym. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, it's your time, Honorable Presiding Officer.
No announcements from the Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, therefore, Honorable Presiding Officer, at exactly 11:05, I move to adjourn.
To sub Honorable Duhali, duly seconded by Honorable Velasquez, Honorable Matutino, Honorable Umamil. Any comments, amendments, objections? Hearing none, session adjourned exactly 11:02 a.m.